through. Not particularly warm, but still bright. Now, is it me or is this very quiet? Sound and subtitles. Subtitles are on. Music volume. Well, we'll max out the voice, won't we? I think what we reckon, nudging it up a bit more. Let's go to about that, say. Okay. So let's find out what this is all about, shall we? Loading, loading, loading. Okay, louder than I was expecting.
Long ago in England in 1592, there begins our tale, and all of it is true.
You're tired, have done first of your 2 exams for ethics and philosophy. Went okay. I'm not too bad. Alright, let's nudge this back down again. There you go. Oh, drag the...
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die.
So I'm guessing, like, maybe a Python-esque feel to it, just because of the music.
Alas, 'tis my final hour. I will surely die. I am too far gone to recover, and for the plague there is no cure. Unless a cure might be found in the stars.
Yes, of course. Yeah, that's gonna help us with a deadly infection. Choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. How might it be cured by the plague? Well, I'm guessing Sagittarius, isn't it? Jupiter exalted in Sagittarius. This indicates a severe imbalance in the blood humours. Why is it always the blood humours? Somebody break out the leeches! Also, can I have plague characterised by a loss of appetite, immoderate thirst, and pus-filled swellings behind the ears, in the armpits, and in the groin. These are symptoms of a fever provoked by excessive sanguinity in the liver. Right, can I do settings from one of these? Right, so it was a little louder than I was expecting. Let's go to that. Well, the music was, anyway. This was not a start I was expecting. Me neither, really. Continue the game.
Let me see now. According to the stars, the way to cure the plague is...
Leeches!
The fever it provokes.
First it's eyeballs, now pus. Seems to be a trend,
So
yeah.
monstrous as the plague be cured by treating it as if it were an exceeding bad fever? Then I must use powerful herbs to bring the fever to crisis and break it. Let me see.
Let's smoke some herb.
And dandelion for heat, borage to provoke sweating, infuse them in wine, strain and distill the mixture to produce a most powerful strong water.
Or just poison yourself, it might be quicker. Dot dot dot, dot dot dot.
Huzzah! I am cured!
Or it could have just been the wine.
I shall now go forth with my miraculous strong water to cure all London of the plague.
Simon Foreman, seen 13th of October, 1592, 1600 hours. How might I be cured? I judge my plague symptoms as being provoked by a fever. I invented a new kind of strong water to cure it. Querent's case file. This querent will return for another consultation. See case summary.
Foreman made a plague cure and used it on himself, then left his house to restore London to health.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Really? This is how you're filling your time? We're just screaming huzzah. Really? I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting musical numbers. Like I said, this whole journey is about getting a medical license, and apparently the stars are going to be key.
Here comes a lady queer and her little weary.
It's Brienne of Tarth, isn't it?
What can her trouble be?
Let's face it, we're just going to
Good day, madam.
prescribe
How may I-
You, Mr.
leeches.
Foreman, Mr. Simon Foreman, the doctor?
Aye, madam, I am indeed Dr. Simon Foreman. I bid you welcome to my consulting chambers. Mistress...
Allen,
Brienne of Tarth.
Mistress Avis Allen of Lambeth.
pray tell me your age, if you please, madam.
I am 33 years of age.
And how might I do you service this day, Mr. Allen? Pray describe your troubles to me.
Well, the pain started full late last eve upon retiring to bed. Oh, not that I am in the habit of retiring so late, but my husband did desire a special supper of cold meats to celebrate and give thanks in any case, it started in the night and it continued until dawning. That being the pain in my head and the chundering.
A moment whilst I make note of this. Headache and involuntary purging. Is that all?
Aye, that is all.
Food poisoning from the cold meats.
Faint to seem most trifling, and you are doubtless busy with important cases. Oh, like the plague! Yea, verily, mayhap I should not have come after all. Good day, Dr. Foreman. I beseech you, pardon me, for I have wasted your time.
Prithee, do not go, for I assure you, madam, your case verily is important to me. And
Verily
it is important to you,
indeed.
is it not, Mistress Allen? Else you would not have come this day.
Well, aye.
Let us consult the stars now, then, shall we? What is the cause of Mistress Allen's suffering?
Right. Choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. So, Scorpio Cancer. She has the plague. Let's go, Scorp. Mistress Allen's troubles have been provoked by anxious passions associated with her being with child. This indicates a disturbance of the mind. Suffering from evil digestion. This suggests a mild imbalance with the black bile in the body.
You are with child, Mistress Allen. 'Twas the reason for your celebration last even, methinks.
Aye. But how did you know?
I can see it in my chart, madam. There is a planet
Lucky
lying in
guess!
Scorpio at present. Scorpio being the constellation that rules over such matters. Pray tell, how long has it been since your monthly courses?
It has been 14 weeks since my courses, and yesterday I did feel the child quicken. So, indeed, 'twas the cause for our celebration, as you say. For I have been with child before, you see, but 'tis never. And Mr. Allen and I do pray this one will be born alive.
There, there, dear lady. The presence of the planet Mercury in my chart does suggest you suffer from anxious passions on account of your condition, and given your ill-favoured history, I warrant 'twas the twin burdens of hope and fear that provoked your troubles last even.
Oh, I see.
Pray take this flask of wine, madam. It has been...
Yes, let's just give booze to the pregnant woman, shall we?
Drink of it each morning, and you should soon feel
Though it's probably
much
better than the water
Verily.
in London,
I will do
isn't
as you
it?
advise. I thank ye heartily, sir. Fare you well, Dr. Foreman.
Fare you well, Mistress Allen.
Querent did present with symptoms of headache and involuntary upward purging. I judge the querent is being with child. Methinks the querent is most pleased with me for reading the reading I gave her. Okay. So presumably we're going to see her again another 6 times. That's why this number is different to what ours was. We had like 6 total, didn't we? Letter of recommendation. Okay. Goddamn priests. Though I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be a priest, just looking like that. Oh, man.
Good day, sir. You are Simon Foreman, the physician, are you not? These are your rooms.
Indeed, I am.
No,
he,
these are the
and well
pages of
met,
a
sir.
book.
Be it Thomas Blagg I have the honour of welcoming into my humble consulting chambers, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral.
Dean of... Okay, yeah.
'Tis I, Thomas Blagg. Though it is not upon church business that I come to you this day. 'Tis upon a matter of my own that I require counsel. I have lately been offered some very lucrative investment opportunities. And, well, it is said that God speaks to us through the stars, does he not?
Indeed he does. 'Tis well known that astrology is but a conduit for the word of God, as interpreted using scientifical means. And now, these investments...
But you are a man of God. Surely
Pray tell
God
of them,
should
if
speak to you
please.
2
directly.
merchant ships will shortly set sail on very lucrative trading expeditions. I do not possess the coin to invest in both. Hence, I must choose between them. And I must choose very wisely.
Do you have coin on you now? We
For
shall
sea
flip it
voyages are
and
most
decide.
perilous. And if my ship were to founder or be captured by pirates, I would lose my entire investment.
Aye, forsooth, 'twould be most lamentable, to say nothing of the poor souls who might lose their lives.
Who are, naturally, the greater of my concerns.
Aye, naturally. And whither might these ships be bound?
The first is bound for the Spice Islands of the East. 'Tis a voyage to be undertaken by a ship named the Conquering Cherub. The other is the Pride of Yarmouth. She is to bring back sugar from the Americas. Have you now the information you require? Then perchance you may divine for me upon which of
They're
these
not
two
sailing
ships
round
our Lord God has bestowed
horn of
Uh,
his divine blessing.
Cape of Good
Aye,
Hope, are they?
Dean Blagg, we may now consult the stars. Should Thomas Blagg invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub, or that of the Pride of Yarmouth?
Let's go for the rum. Ship and name should evoke a child who is victorious in battle. Mars exalted in Scorpio. This represents victory. Americas, there may be less pirates, possibly. Blagg's investments trading voyage will result in change in fortune for him. This represents a change in fortune, not necessarily a good change in fortune. Ship's name invokes a woman who partakes in marriage. This represents femininity. Shall we go for victory? Well, I mean, from the last reading we did, apparently Scorpio is an ascension or whatever it was. So, shall we go with this? Maybe. Victorious in battle. Screw it. I mean, it'll take a while to find out.
The stars advise you to invest in the ship named the Conquering Cherub.
I see. And why is that?
Well, I have calculated that at this very hour, upon this very day, the planet Mars and the constellation Scorpio do both dwell in that part of the sky we call the House of Children. And, as it happens, Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, hence we may say that Mars is presently exalted.
Mars has been exalted by Scorpio, you say? And what might that mean?
When exalted, Mars represents victory. And so, with victory in the House of Children, we may read this as a victorious child. Ergo, the Conquering Cherub.
Ah, I see. For a cherub is a kind of child, is it not? In sooth, I do find the science of astrology verily fascinating. I thank you.
Or we could
Dr.
have just
Foreman.
flipped a coin
You have
and
been most helpful.
heads or tails. Right. Quirrent did wish to know which of the 2 trading expeditions would make the better investment. I did advise the Quirrent to invest in the Voyage of the Conquering Cherub. Methinks the Quirrent was pleased with me for reading I gave this day. I mean, we won't find out until, it either sinks or swims, I guess. I bet she's a comely maid. I mean, I don't know whether to laugh aloud or just be disturbed by the choral singing.
Good morrow, sir. Pray tell,
I mean, I will say the audio design, the voice acting, that is actually pretty
Indeed,
damn
it is
good.
Dr. Simon Foreman, and your
But it's being done like a play, so I don't know. I mean, we're not having much control over it.
Welcome, Miss Sharp.
Bed
And
her,
how
sir.
may I do you
A
service
woman
this
in
day?
need.
Well, 'tis a trifle delicate. A man has asked me to be his wife. A dear, kind man, but I fear you will think me cold, Dr. Foreman.
There, madam, whatever is the matter?
Well, he is exceeding advanced in years. I do worry he
Bed
may
him
not be
for his
long the
money,
world,
my dear.
And if he were to die, I do not think I could bear it. Verily, I would not. Indeed, methinks I would rather not marry him at all. Am I very heartless, Dr. Foreman?
Nay, not in the least, madam. Your fears are most reasonable. A man in the winter of his life is indeed more likely to die. I assure you, madam, 'tis a medical fact. But methinks you wish to know whether this man be afflicted with a grave health condition, do you not?
Could I give him a heart attack and get all his money?
Prove fatal?
Forsooth I do. That is my question precisely. Why, Dr. Foreman, 'tis as if you have a gift for reading minds.
Merely the gift of logical surmise, madam. Let us see whether a judgment of the stars may calm your fears. Does Mr. What was your gentleman's name?
Mr. George Middleton, a wool merchant.
Does Mr. Middleton have any ailments that might hasten his death?
Okay, we've got Uranus is in retrograde. This suggests a mild enchantment cast by a witch. Pluto is in retrograde. This suggests the possibilities of death. Mr. Middleton has been bewitched, and the enchantment may prove fatal. Mr. Middleton suffers from dropping down of piss, characterized by involuntary urination. It is exacerbated when combined... Ooh, excuse me, coffee. Exacerbated when combined with his fear of heights. This suggests severe vertigo, a fear of heights. Rule of the kidneys. Mr. Middleton suffers from cardiac passion, a condition that may end in death. This represents an imbalance in phlegm. The illness cannot be cured. Saturn is in detriment to Leo. This suggests a mild imbalance in black bile. I just want him to die of a heart attack in the throes of passion. So cardiac passion seems like the way to go.
I am full sorry, madam, but the stars give heavy news. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion. Indeed, his heart may stop at any moment. He must avoid anything that might alarm or trouble his vital spirits. One shock could be enough to kill him.
Oh, woe, alas, poor Mr. Middleton. I thank ye for your kind understanding, Dr. Foreman, and for your discretion in this matter. I will at once to my family go and beseech them not to make me accept Mr. Middleton's proposal. God give you good day, Dr. Foreman.
Quirrent did wish to know whether a man she wishes to marry does suffer from grave health conditions. I did advise the Quirrent that Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion, that he could die at any moment. Methinks the Quirrent was pleased with me for reading I gave this day. Public notice Beware, is the man treating you a qualified licensed doctor? London has lately been importuned by low-born charlatans claiming the title of doctor. These men have never attended university, therefore cannot be trusted. Any man found to be practicing medicine without a medical license shall be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Dr. Richard Smith, President, College of Physicians.
Murdering would those doctors come. Murdering those doctors come. Murdering one fine day. Those doctors would they sleep? Those doctors will they sleep?
I mean, they said they're going to, you know, they didn't mention murdering him for claiming to be send him to jail, yes, but they didn't claim they were going to murder.
What is the meaning of
Phony.
this warning being put about by the College of Physicians?
He's just a quack.
Do they mean to do me harm? It is true that I do not have a medical license. What am I to do? Mayhap the stars will advise me.
We've got represents ignorance, House of Wealth, Jupiter falling in Capricorn. This advises ending a war, House of Ambitions. Well, I mean, we do have ambitions. Fullest extent of the law equals death. True. This represents the religious authority, head of church. Can help me. If the Archbishop of Canterbury has a special power to grant medical licenses. College physicians are making war against me. If I am to become the best doctor in London, I must find a way to end the war. Authority of licensed doctors hold a primarily owing to their wealth and privilege. I must use my brilliant mind to forge stronger relationships with my acquaintance. Intelligence. Solution involves being sensitive to the needs of my acquaintance. Moon rising in Taurus advises sensitivity. Let's go with boiling alive, hanging, etc. I don't know. If they find him guilty of punishments weren't exactly a barrel of laughs. No. We could certainly be pilloried, couldn't we? We'd find a way into the stocks. I don't know. What was... Then again, everybody was passing themselves off as some kind of healer or something in, like, the Dark Ages.
To avoid prosecution by the College of Physicians, I must obtain a medical license. Towards this end, doubtless the best course is to serve my querents well, treating their illnesses and problems with intelligence and sensitivity. For if I do, they may favour me with letters of recommendation, and I can. Well,
we already saw the first person is like over 50% the way there. Stars did advise me to serve the querents well, so my game, yeah, blah blah blah. Hung, drawn, and quartered though. That's for traitors. Yes.
This man at the door who we've not seen before. Who is this man at the door?
Ricardo Ferrara.
Who is come to inquire dressed in such strange attire? He's Signor Ferraro.
Let's face it, if we're going to go with stereotypes, he's like an Italian Lothario. He's going to have the pox, isn't he? He's just going to... His knob's about to drop off because he's caught the clap or something.
Good day to you, sir. Oh, I see you're having some difficulties.
Either that or gout.
Fetch my guest a chair.
No, it's good. I am just a little stiff.
As you wish. Mr.
Signor Riccardo Ferraro. I am a gentleman of Venezia, come to make a trade in London.
Venice? 'Tis a fine city, I hear.
And we may hear of this further chapters.
This day, Signor Ferraro.
I am come with una problema medicale, and you are most great dottore who does cure all London, huh? You cure Ferraro too, see?
Forsooth, I will seek to do so, Signor. Pray, describe your complaints, if you please.
He's burning when I make the water.
I told you!
Urination.
See? And his pain down here.
I called it even before he stepped into the office, didn't I?
Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
Right. Pisces, Ferraro suffers from gout, which is caused by hot, dry humours sleeping in the joints of the foot. Well, it's not that. Suffers from stones in the kidneys. It could be that. That would be the back pain as well, wouldn't it? Disease can occasion loss of appetite, severe pain in the kidney area, vomiting, and difficulty passing urine. This suggests a severe imbalance in the phlegm in the body. Or dysentery. It's Oregon Trail all over again, isn't it? Characterized by pain in the bowels, faintness, and oily stools. Well, no, this is the closest. Thank the stars I wasn't born in the Middle Ages. That's almost a pun, isn't it?
Stones in the kidney, I regret to say. But worry not, Signor. I will give you an ounce of my strong water to dislodge them. Drink this entire flask when you rise at dawn tomorrow. You may then expect to evacuate the stones by way of your privy member within just a few hours.
His privy member. That right? Okay. That is now going to become common parlance for one's knob.
And now Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
I mean, most likely you wouldn't get past being born. I think 1 in 10 children got. Yes, yeah. It was pretty grim back then, wasn't it? Diagnosed kidney stones. Methinks current pleased. Wow, only 10% though. He wasn't that impressed. Oh, it's Brienne of Tarth again.
Ah, well met, Mistress Allen. Pray tell, the last time I saw you, you were with child, methinks. Pray tell, how fares...
I would rather not talk about that, if you please.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see. I am full sorry, madam.
I'm come upon... The matter that brings...
Pardon, madam. I prithee, madam, say on.
I'm come about the new law. I know
I wish to
do.
I wish to divorce my husband.
You
No.
are in trouble with the law, madam?
Nay, at least not yet, but my neighbours have begun to remark unkindly upon my absences, my Sunday absences from church. I'm afeard one of them may soon denounce me.
She's a witch!
Act against presence you speak of. The law that obliges Catholics to attend church and take the English sacrament. You are of the Catholic faith, then, I take it?
I, a Catholic, but as well a law-abiding woman and a full loyal subject of the Queen. Long may she reign.
I do not doubt it, madam.
But to take the Protestant sacrament, 'tis heresy. So says the Pope in Rome. I risk being damned to hell if I do it, Dr. Foreman.
So you talk to a quack about this
in a most terrible
instead of a
bind.
priest.
I see. Damned if you do, yet condemned if you do not. A cruel bind indeed. Well, let us see if the stars may untangle it for us. Should Mistress Avis Allen attend Protestant church services?
Wonder what people in 500 years would think of us. True, it'd be interesting. We don't have 500 years. Wow, you got a bleak outlook, Fluffy. Are you expecting us to all, like, kill ourselves in, like, a nuclear apocalypse, or the planet to do it for us? Aliens or witches? It could go either way now, couldn't it? We're screwed whatever we do. Right. I'm Catholic. Should I obey the law or attend Protestant church services? Glass half empty. So, wrong impressions of Alan's wealth and her envious. Jealousy suggests confusion. It's her female neighbours. Okay. Jealousy. Or we've got Avis must remain strong in her Catholic faith. For when the Queen dies, her successor may revert England back to Catholicism. Strength represents death, representing surprising political events. There may be a creative solution for appeasing the Pope in Rome whilst also honouring England's Protestant legacy. Suggests creativity represents foreigners. Risk getting into trouble with the law, being punished by the authorities. Duty to cooperate. Advises cooperation. Do we have to, like... I mean, this is more markers, I guess? We'll go with B. Realist, you know I'm right. I do, I mean...
I fear the stars confirm your fears.
Look, I've said this before, the way society is going, I mean, we're going backwards, not forwards, as a society, aren't we?
Oh, but then what of my soul, Dr. Foreman?
Methinks I have a solution for that, madam. If you were to cross your fingers behind your back during the service, any Protestant oath you swear would not count.
Really?
Of course,
Schoolyard
you
rules?
must be sure to stand at the back of the church while doing so that only God may see, and no one else.
Forsooth, what an ingenious notion! Oh, Dr. Foreman, you have saved me. You are so wise, sir. 'Tis so. Verily, 'tis most admirable.
But, dear lady, 'tis you who is to be admired. The strength of resolve, your devotion to your faith, and your... Madam, would you care to... see my collection of Venetian glass?
Really?
I think I would. Indeed, I would like that very well.
She's a married woman, my good doctor. I mean, he's going to show... Next thing, it's first it's the Venetian glassware, then it's his privy member. I mean, this is how it goes, isn't it? He's just playing doctors and nurses. Dumber every day. Someone thick enough will push the button within 5... True. Methinks the queer is most pleased with me for my reading today. Coitus post-consult... Wow! Apparently, it just takes 2 consultations and we're already in bed together. That's definitely escalated. Oh, but we haven't quite got a recommendation yet. She wasn't that impressed with our privy member, apparently.
Here comes a beauty dark as night. Her hair does shine, her eyes are bright. A damsel formed for man's delight.
Oh, she's quite a lady.
Dude, looks like a lady. No.
Good day to you, sir. I am Amelia Bassano of Bishopsgate, here for my consultation.
Welcome, Mistress Bassano. Bassano, 'tis an Italian name, is it not?
You don't sound particularly Italian.
Though I was born in London, my family are from Venice. They did come to London to gain employment as musicians at the royal court.
Ah, I know one of your countrymen, Riccardo Ferraro, another one of my querents. Mayhap you know him? He hails from Venice, too.
Return to a
No,
very
sir, I do
weird
not
bit
know
to
him.
dance and sing, yeah.
Venice is a large city, and as such is home to many thousands of men. And as I did mention, I was born in London.
Aye, of course. Mayhap we turn our thoughts to what brings you hither this day. Have you a question for me?
She
Why,
could be a
sir,
Black
I wish
Widow,
to know
yeah.
what afflicts me, for my belly does begin to swell, and lately I oft find myself chundering after meals.
Swollen abdomen and involuntary upward purging. Well, now, let us consult the stars to judge the cause of these troubles.
Yep, she could be preggers. It's the most obvious answer, but, I mean, this game isn't really obvious, is it? It could be a parasite, yes. Alien chest burster, yeah. It'll go away in 9 months, yeah. Querent suffering from liverwort. Represent an imbalance of the phlegm. With child. Moon falling in Scorpio. This suggests the illness will not last long. Querent afflicted with crick in the knees. Causes pressure on excessive weight. Well, yeah, we're going with the obvious answer then, I guess. Pregnant or parasite? Place your bets. I mean, they're both the same thing, aren't they?
Is there a Mr. Bassano?
My father still lives.
I mean to say, are you yet married, Mistress Bassano? I presume you are, for the stars indicate that you are with child. Wondrous news indeed.
Ah, I see.
Of course, it is natural for a young lady to be a trifle anxious when she's expecting her first child. And I see you are anxious, are you not?
I, Mr. Foreman, I own that I am.
Well, doubtless you are anxious owing to the unpredictable nature of your condition. For instance, sometimes the child might emerge from its mother's womb early, weeks or even months earlier than anticipated. This possibility is a medical fact, and one that should be explained to any husband you may... Do you see what I'm saying, Mistress Bassano?
Quick,
Nay,
get
not
married.
in the least, sir.
Some of my maiden querents, I assume you are still unmarried and therefore a maiden, when they find themselves inexplicably with
You have a
child,
premature baby
they
that
often
won't live.
do not remain unmarried for long.
Yeah, it's basically
I
saying
advise
get
you to
married
discuss
now and
this
then
with
just
your
tell
family
your
without delay,
husband that
Mistress
it's
Bassano.
premature
Doubtless they will
birth.
be keen to make the arrangements for you.
I see. Yes, of course. I must lose no time in finding a husband. I thank you, Dr. Foreman. Good day.
Do we get a recommendation, though? A whole 20%. Okay. Getting this medical license is harder than it seems. It's almost as if I'd have better chance going to college and actually learning how to be a medical practitioner.
Pain is frightened when she spies a looking glass. For 'tis a portal out through whence the gates of hell do blast. A deadly and foul wind that comes direct from Satan's power.
What? Satan's what? His fa-la-la-la-la? Okay, that's the episode title, isn't it? Satan's fa-la-la. That, somebody make a note of that. I've definitely got to call the VOD Satan's fa-la-la-la-la. She's marrying a cousin, quite possibly. I mean, there was a lot of inbreeding back then, so... Though it wouldn't be inbreeding, would it? Because she's already pregnant with from probably one of the servants.
Good morrow, Mistress Payne, and well met. What trouble do your neighbours give you?
Lupus. It's always lupus.
Tonight, perchance? Mayhap a neighbour has cast a malignant spell upon your cabbages.
Why, sir, 'tis no trifling matter. Indeed, 'tis a matter of grave importance. Doubtless you do know we have a Catholic living on 4 Street. A woman by the name of Avis Allen.
Not those
yes.
Catholics!
I did hear tell that Mistress Allen subscribes to the Romish faith. But 'tis no crime to be a Catholic, is it, madam? At least, not at present.
Aye, but harbouring a Jesuit priest is, Dr. Foreman. These evenings past, I have spied a man sneaking in and out of the Allens' house. 'Tis my reckoning the man is a priest who is going hither and thither
Was this priest like a ginger and had a beard?
Confessions. Doubtless Mr. Allen is hiding him in one of those little cupboards.
You mean to say you think Mr. Allen has installed a priest hole in his house? A secret room hidden behind the wood panelling of a wall?
Indeed I do. I am certain that he has such a hole, and that
Definitely a priest
is
sneaking
going
into
in
and out of the house.
Mr. Allen's hole
Not
from dusk
like
till
the family
dawn.
doctor, coming for home visits.
But surely you are mistaken, madam, for under the cover of darkness, how can you be sure the man you did spy was not Mr. Allen himself?
Nay, nay.
STDs for the
Was
Catholic
not
roulette.
Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen is a fine, tall figure of a man, whereas the figure I did spy was very narrow and malformed in appearance. A scrawny little imp of a man he was.
I see.
Now, you must not think me intolerant, Dr. Foreman. If Mr.
Priest holes,
Allen
is that
must
where
cling
you
to
find
a
glory?
idolatrous
I
bag
don't
of
know.
beliefs,
The
it is
glory
a
of
vain
God,
affair,
it may be.
And I have no wish to cause trouble for the Allens. And 'tis true that Mistress Allen does now attend church on Sundays and takes the English sacrament just as she ought to. But we residents of 4 Street are decent English folk. We will not abide an agent of Rome sneaking around our neighbourhood, muttering incantations in some
it's enough
devilish
for us
foreign tongue.
to
I
separate
think you mean
ourselves
Latin.
from the continent.
But before I act upon
Those
my
damn
suspicions,
Romans
I
coming
think
across
it wise
here.
to know if there be any truth in them.
Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Who is this mysterious stranger, and why does he frequent the Allen's house late at night?
She's got gonorrhea, has she? There we go. Right. I'm pretty sure it's the doctor that's giving those home visits. Right. The man Mistress Payne saw harbours cruel intentions towards the Allen's household goods and possessions. Mistress Payne will die suddenly, mayhap before the end of this consultation. Narrow and malformed, a scrawny imp of a man. Indicates sudden change. This suggests death. Wow, the doctor's planning on bumping her off before she's even left the consultation room. Payne, I'd like to throw her out a window, Payne. Yep. Speaks of relationship with an untrusty foreigner. As foreigners are untrustworthy by nature, this element may be of no particular significance. Mistress Allen's maternal instincts have been thwarted by her inability to bear a child, but she stubbornly persists in trying to reverse her infertility. Okay, this is getting dark. Stars speak of an educated man who adorns himself in fine clothes. The man Mistress Payne saw is a public enemy who engages in idolatrous worship of Virgin Mary. In other words, he is a Jesuit priest. Okay, so where are we going with this one, do we think? Well, it's us. Intentions to the Allen's household goods and possessions. How are we reading this one? Because we know what the truth is, but what are we saying to the patient? Are we telling the patient what she wants to believe? I'm kind of thinking like the middle ground here. You know, the untrustworthy foreigners are by nature they're untrustworthy. But then this feels like a flat-out insult to her. You're thinking B. I mean, this is what my thinking is as well, Jen. What? Anybody else? Anybody else? Are we basically admitting that we're the person visiting? Blame the continent. I know it's Brexit all over again. You know, only 500 years ago, apparently. Us, and we may bump off the woman before she even leaves the office. Blame a foreigner, but also blame her for being infertile, or make up that there is a priest being hidden there. Yeah, I'm thinking we go mid-ground here. I saw you did a clip, Noob, but I haven't seen it play or anything.
Secreted into the Allen house to aid Mistress Allen with their family difficulties.
Family difficulties? Come, Dr. Foreman. Pray, speak plain.
Well, as you doubtless know, the Allens have never been blessed with a living child. Mayhap 'tis the belief of Mistress Allen that the seed of a foreigner would prove more powerful than the, demonstrably less successful seed of Mr. Allen.
Then 'tis naught but adultery, fornication with a foreigner. Mistress Allen will pay dearly for such sinning. Her soul will be damned to an afterlife, beset by the exquisite tortures of hell's capricious demons.
Aye, well, according to scripture, that is technically true.
But to harbour a Jesuit priest is a far greater evil. We must be glad that Mistress Allen commits naught but the sin of adultery, conducted late at night, with a man
cook holding level 9,000.
You have given me much to think on, Dr. Foreman. Blessed day.
I am glad to have been of service, Mistress Payne.
And I shall be servicing Mistress Allen once more this evening. Quirrent did wish to know whether her neighbours, the Allens, are illegally hiding a Jesuit priest. Did tell the Quirrent that the man she took for a priest is a foreigner who helps Avis Allen conceive a child. Methinks the Quirrent was pleased. Crisis averted, I know. What could possibly go wrong with that consultation. Oh, is his cock going to fall off this time? So, also, it's popped up on this screen now. Satan's what was the clip new? Very good.
God give you good day, Signor. And how
Did
may
you
I
pass
assist
those
you?
kidney stones?
I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to see the great Dottore Simon Foreman.
So I see. What brings you this day?
I bring myself to you, so you treat my illness. It is very grave.
And, what might this illness be? Perchance we might start with your complaints.
First problem is the laughter that cannot be controlled.
Prostate exam for the Spaniard. I think he's Italian, actually.
I see. Anything else?
Next problem, the dancing that cannot be controlled.
Uncontrollable dancing. And yet, you
Syphilis?
do not appear to be dancing at present.
What can I say? It is uncontrollable dancing. I cannot control when I dance.
Nay, 'tis a fair point.
Doubtless my disease, whatever it may be, is very rare and very difficult to diagnose. But of course, if it be beyond your
It's
medical
the
understanding...
dancing fever.
Let me assure you, Signor, that whatever is said of us on the continent, the learning of we English doctors is unparalleled. There is no better medical care to be had than in London. Now, let us see whether the stars may tell us something of your unusual and troubling illness.
That has to be something, yes. Signor Ferrara has been bitten by a tarantula on one of his ankles. Tarantula venom causes the victim to laugh, sing, dance uncontrollably, while also provoking acute loathing of music. An imbalance in the blood? Suffering from colic, a disease, occasionally abdominal pain, belching, and bloating in the stomach. I mean, we've got the belching. St. Victor's Dance. There you go. Well, there's... we're going with this, aren't we? I mean, the belching has got to be our big clue here. Yeah.
It sounds to me like you're experiencing pain in your stomach.
But how did you know this?
Well, the fact that you keep belching in my face.
Colic. Most doctors do advise upward purging, but I have found the dog cure more efficacious in cases of colic.
The dog cure?
Yeah, go fuck a dog.
First, you must find a dog lying idle on the ground. On any street in London, you will find such a creature. Then you must kick the dog away, lower your breeches, and then make water upon the spot where the dog did lie.
If you say so, Signor Foreman.
If we were not on English soil, of course, I would have said you were bitten by a tarantula.
You should never kick a dog.
In England, our weather is much too cold for them. Indeed, only an overqualified quack who draws his medical knowledge from books alone would think such a diagnosis appropriate in this case.
Indeed, most ludicrous.
And in truth, the laughing and dancing you are troubled with may doubtless be attributed to your hot-blooded Latin temperament.
Doubtless you speak true, eh? 'Tis but a symptom of my hot Venetian blood. Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
He thinks, please, good. And we're up to 20 whole %.
Why does this lady feel confined? Mayhap the word
I take it she's not found a husband then yet.
May doctor medicate her mind.
Pray cure this comely lady. Pray cure this.
I prescribed laudanum. And a good rogering by the doctor, probably.
Good day to you, madam.
Yes. Good day, Mr. Foreman.
Goes to the doctor with problem, comes back with the diagnosis of Venetian.
You treat for troubles of the
Yep.
mind. Forsooth, his manner is right strange. I passed him at the door, and when I addressed him in the Italian tongue, he abruptly turned from me and ran away down the street.
Nay, Signor Ferrara has no grave troubles of the mind that I'm aware of. Mayhap he was merely dumbstruck by your beauty, madam.
Dr. Foreman, a man is rarely struck dumb by a woman's beauty. Indeed, 'tis quite the reverse. He is oft rendered all the more loquacious, plaguing her with ill-formed metaphors he believes are compliments, and with hasty declarations and invitations she has
Prescribe this thing.
Quite. But let us turn our minds to happier thoughts. I did lately hear of your marriage to your cousin, Mr. Alfonso Lanier, for which I must congratulate you. And as I recall, you were with child when I last saw you.
Aye, I was, as you correctly judged.
And your child and husband are both well, I hope?
I would rather not discourse on the subject of my husband, Dr. Foreman.
As it pleases you, madam. What brings you this day?
Lately, I have been feeling heavy and lethargic.
You tell them how it is, Amelia.
I find it hard to fix my attention upon the book I am reading or upon words I am composing. And yet, although I oft feel right tired, I am having difficulty sleeping.
Well, becoming a mother, beset with all the demands of a suckling babe, can force change upon the normal rhythms of life.
Nay, 'tis not that, for I have employed a wet nurse for the feeding and much of the care of my son. Methinks I must have some kind of disease.
I see. Let us consult the stars to see what afflicts you. What is ailing Mistress Amelia Lanier?
Yeah, something with the insomnia, probably. Right, so suffers from melancholy, an excess in the black bile. Phlegmatism, temperament associated with excessive phlegm, characterized by stoicism and stubbornness. Indicates the illness will get worse before it gets better. This gives a psychological factor. Currently is troubled by choleric temperament. It is associated with excess yellow bile. Sufferer exhibits an aggressive, opinionated nature. Well, she's certainly got the opinionated nature thing down, hasn't she? Suggests the illness is chronic. Is she just like permanent resting bitch face then? That's what it's telling us? The sun is telling us she's just a bitch. That's what it's saying. You're going to go with hysteria? I mean, there were methods of dealing with women's hysteria in the Victorian time. That's where they prescribed the dildos, wasn't it? For women's hysteria. So we're probably going with this. What was this? She doesn't seem very melancholic, does she? And she's not coughing up phlegm, so I think it's got to be this. We're going with resting bitch face.
You are afflicted with a choleric temperament, madam.
I see. And what treatment can you give me for it?
Before we speak of treating your condition, madam, I think it wise we determine what has provoked it. You did express a desire
for
not to speak with your
of course,
husband,
yes.
And I cannot help but think that such a reluctance reveals where the source of your troubles might lie. To wit, within your marriage. Would I be right in thinking this? I do not wish to cause you distress, madam, but as a doctor, I do feel I must press you in case it is relevant to your troubles.
My marriage is not a happy one, Dr. Foreman. Mr. Lanier and I do not agree on matters of money and strong drink.
I see. And what are your opinions on these subjects?
That he spends all our money on strong drink. He disagrees.
And your husband cannot be brought around to see your point of view, nor you his, I presume.
Nay, indeed not. 'Tis not a disagreement over what caused the fall of the Roman Empire, Dr. Foreman.
He's a pisshead, and he's pissing away all our money.
Well, mayhap I am not able to help you with your marital woes, but I can prescribe a treatment to help minimize their effect on your body. I will give you a list of herbs to acquire. You must boil them in water and drink of the infusion.
Maidenhair, oregano, wormwood, licorice, and fennel.
I'm pretty sure the wormwood is probably gonna
go and procure these herbs.
Yeah. I mean, she could drop some, excessive amounts of wormwood in her husband's cup, and that will deal with things, wouldn't it? Poor guy, not surprised. Oh, we're up to 50% now. Wormwood being the active ingredient. Yeah. Sir, I thank you for your recent inquiry with regards to obtaining a license to practice medicine. I note from our records that you terminated your enrollment at our institution some years ago on the grounds of insufficient funds. Whilst we do not ordinarily issue medical licenses to men who have not first completed a medical degree, proof of equivalent professional experience in the form of letters of recommendation may be taken into consideration. A minimum of 8 such letters of recommendation is customarily required. I advise you write to us again once you have obtained the requisite number of letters. John Colwell, Vice-Chancellor, University of Cambridge.
What is their relation? We are no longer sure. Seems Foreman's now a patient, and Avis is the cure.
Okay, right. It's our weekly shag then with Brienne of Tarth.
Dear Avis, what a pleasure it is to see you. I have oft thought of our last...
I cannot tarry long. My husband will be expecting me home.
Of course. But, dear lady, is something the matter?
Of course. Do not all your querents come with a matter they wish an answer to?
Well, yes, but...
I wish to ask of the stars whether my...
Better than Jamie.
A man I am close with, a man who is not my husband, whether that man be also close with another woman.
A man you are... I see. Well, if I am to judge the stars for you, I must ask you to be more precise. In what
like, who is he?
Do you mean close? The platonic bond of friendship?
Nay, close in the sense of being intimate.
I see. Then 'tis the familial tie of kinship, perchance.
Nay, I mean someone with whom I have shared physical relations.
Verily, madam, if I am to give you an accurate reading, you must state your question clearly.
Methinks you know full well what I ask. I bid you ask the stars whether my lover is, that is to say, be it true that he engages with another woman in acts of Strumpy Humpy.
We may have another name for the episode. We've got Satan's Falala, and now we've got Strumpy Lumpy.
If I understand you correctly, you have a lover, and you wish to know whether he has been sharing his tender favours with another woman.
Aye, but did I not verily say so?
And now that we have at last fathomed your question, let us read the stars to fathom an answer. Has Mistress Allen's lover been unfaithful to her?
Well, he's not boot with any other patients, so it's not us. At least that we know of. Mistress Allen's mind has been turned by jealousy and confusion. This suggests jealousy, indicates turned by confusion. Okay. Should be more optimistic about her romance with this man. Will provoke unexpected intimacies between me and Avis. This represents surprise. This represents intimate relationships. Okay, and the other is... We're seeing... Mr. Allen's lover is seeing a woman who is willing and able to marry him. He wishes to continue his family line. No longer pleases her lover. The spark has been lost. This represents the mature man, Avis's lover. Indicates creativity being reversed. Represents a woman who is unable to please. Mr. Allen's lover wishes to father a child. Okay, so I kind of think it's B. What was it? Though this could end up good for us. Episode name: Satan's Fa La 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 and the Strumpy Humpy. Yeah. And I'll watch it immediately get dinged by Twitch for being against terms of service. Well, she certainly got the jealous thing down. Should be more optimistic. We do have half an hour, though. Yeah, there's chance for yet more nuggets of gold. I mean, are we knocking boots again? There might be another golden nugget here, yeah. It could be a list. It could well be a list. I mean, I'm not seeing much between them. there's either the guy is looking to start a family somewhere else, or there's us, she's just jealous. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking maybe he's probably just wanting to marry and start a family somewhere
As
else.
you suspect, madam, your lover does indeed share intimacies with another woman, one with whom he hopes to father children who bear his name. To wit, he desires something that you, a married woman, are unable to give him.
Then I knew it!
Moreover, according to the stars, what does it say here? Yes, they say the quickening fever of your lover's desire has lately begun to cool. 'Twould seem he now finds relations betwixt you somewhat, well, a trifle dull.
Dull? But you... Verily? 'Tis my sister Bridget. Aye, 'tis she, those cow's eyes she makes at you. She has lured you away. Fie upon her, that vile little
Salty.
What? You mean to say it is I you speak of?
Dull? You find our relations dull?
But Avis, pray heed me.
Then how is this for dull?
Methinks the querent took my advice rather ill. Well, we're not getting that letter of recommendation. What was that? I don't know. She just collapsed, I think. I am thus scorned. I can hardly bear it. Simon's heart, methinks his heart must be made of stone. Has she got a pet monkey? She just disintegrated, quite possibly.
She oft gets her hands on goods from foreign lands. That captain he sends.
Good morrow, madam. I humbly welcome you to my consulting chambers, and thank you for choosing my practice. Mistress...
Fortescue. Mistress Sybil Fortescue.
Well then, Mistress Fortescue.
She got snapped,
What may I
yep.
assist you with this day?
I come upon a most troubling matter, sir. I know not whether it is a medical matter or something else.
I see. Pray describe your trouble to me, madam.
Well, I suppose it all began with a dinner I hosted at my house last even. Mayhap you have heard of my dinners, Dr. Foreman. They are much talked about. Though I fear
Depends on
last
whether I can
evening's
get an
dinner will
invite.
be talked about for all the wrong reasons.
Talked about, you say?
Yes, indeed, invitations to my dinners are much sought after, for I host the most desirable of guests, lords, bishops, poets, explorers, painters, and the like. Why, last eve I hosted the famous Robert Lord Devereux, the playwright William Shakespeare, and the Bishop of London and his wife.
Not the Bishop of Bath and Wells as well, the
fascinating
baby-eating Bishop of
At
Bath and
my
Wells.
table, I served the
Swingers
very
Club, yeah, it
latest
could
and
well
most
be.
original dishes. Last even, I served an exotic green vegetable called a portato. So crisp and refreshing. My dear husband sent them home to me from the New World. Doubtless you have heard of my husband, Captain Fortescue. He is a great
A
friend
baby-eating
of Sir
bishop?
Walter Raleigh.
I see. Your dinners
Sir
do
Walter,
sound most
really?
excellent, Mistress Fortescue. But what occurred at last eve's dinner that has you so distressed?
Those things shouldn't be
Well,
green.
in truth, 'twas after dinner. We all felt a strong desire to take some air, and so we left the table to take a turn in some pleasure gardens nearby. But then, as we were walking along the path, right in the middle of the gardens, in full public view...
Pray do not distress yourself, madam. Prithee, take your time.
What
my
happened in your
guests and I
pleasure
were
garden?
all of a sudden stricken with pain. We began chundering and voiding from our... But there was nowhere to turn, you see. There were no bushes close by to shield our modesty. 'Twas unspeakable.
A moment, madam, as I note this down. Abdominal pain and simultaneous upward and downward purging of a most sudden and violent...
They were all doing the spins.
Now, let us see how these stars explain this most distressing
Well, like you say,
and
potatoes
unsavory
should
event.
not be green.
What troubled Mistress Sybil Fortescue and her guests last eve?
It was the salmon mousse. Sybil and her guests were troubled by evil digestion. Well, quite possibly. Was taken chilly cold. Suggests a severe imbalance in the phlegm in the body. Troubled by wandering hands. I don't know. I kind of just part of me wants to deal with the wandering hands thing going on, but it's the evil digestion. The devil got in our food, didn't it? And had to be purged from the body. Yeah, let's go with this.
Madam, I think you said the New World vegetables you dined upon were green in colour, did you not? And you described them as crisp and refreshing, I think. I take it then that you served them to your guests green and raw?
Yes, indeed. Most of the potatoes my husband sent me were full, dull and unhealthsome in appearance. Hence I served only the green ones. I had my cook cut them in such a way as to resemble roses. 'Tis the way I oft serve my apples.
Ah, then your trouble was a severe case of evil digestion. I have read that these vegetables can be noxious if they turn green.
Oh, my days! Do you mean I poisoned my guests?
In a manner of speaking, aye. But worry not, madam, for the suffering was but temporary. Indeed, it does sound as if the bodies of your guests were most comprehensively purged of the poison. However, in future, be sure to cook the potatoes until they are soft, and pray do not eat the ones that have turned green.
As God shall mend me! What a shameful affair this has been! I shall go home and, well, I shall write to my husband and ask that he includes cooking instructions with the next gift of food that he sends me. I thank ye and bid ye good day, Dr. Foreman.
What, no invite to the next dinner party? Though, knowing how she serves the food, probably not a good idea anyway. Ooh, an immediate 45%. Oh, she's back. I'm pretty sure she doesn't need a man, actually. At least she needs them for the name, but that's about it. I'm fairly...
Good even, Miss Lanning.
Yeah, I think she can handle herself, can't she?
I am come about my future, Dr. Foreman. I wish to know whether I will find success as a writer of poems and plays. You can predict futures, can you not?
You, madam? A writer of poems and of plays? Forsooth, how verily remarkable.
Well, 'tis true most of us Bassanos and Laniers are musicians, but I have chosen a different path. I've lately begun a collaboration with a poet and playwright. Let us call him Mr. S. He is presently writing a play that takes place in northern Italy, and as I am of Italian heritage, he has asked me to help him write it.
She's ghostwriting Shakespeare now, is she? Right,
does
okay.
This collaboration betwixt you go well?
Right well, or so methinks. Indeed, Mr. S did suggest that I am full talented as a writer. Be not afraid of greatness, he told me. For once our play opens upon the London stage, our success will follow, as night follows day.
I see. Then what would you have me ask the stars, madam?
Well, I've noted that Mr. S, although a brilliant man, is oft prone to exaggerated melodrama and implausible plot resolutions. I wish to know whether this story
She's already
of
critiquing
our
his work.
future success is true.
Very wise of you, madam. Then let us see whether your success or failure is writ in the stars. Will Mistress Amelia Lanier find
Othello
fame
seems
and
legit, yep.
fortune as a writer?
Right. Miss Lanier maintains optimism. Her ambitions will be realized. Not only will she be successful, her work will lead to transformative and surprisingly political changes. Okay. And her writing partner work well together. Okay, so that A's looking quite positive. Stars urge Miss Lanier to be more sensitive to the needs of her child. Well, she's pretty much abandoned the child. She just gave it over to the wet nurse, didn't she? For the most part. This Mr. S, she speaks of Mr. S indulging in creative theft. House warns of legacy marred by deceit and jealousy. Okay, so... Are we going to say that he's basically going to steal all her work and pass it off as his own? Or are we going to be a little more, you know, supportive? Let's be supportive. Even though we know.
It would seem Mr. S.'s confidence is not misplaced. For the stars foretell that if you have faith in your success, you will succeed. And your contribution to the world will reach beyond literature to be of great benefit to society.
So, in order to succeed, I must hold fast to a belief that I will succeed.
Just so, madam.
Will it so, madam? Will it so?
What you are asking of me is right illogical, Dr. Foreman. Indeed, 'tis an impossibility. How can I maintain a belief that my success is inevitable when you have just informed me that my success is conditional and contingent? As Aristotle teaches us in
Mistress
his...
Lanier, mayhap I have confounded you with the nuances of my astrological reading. All you need know is that the achievement of your goals is very likely. Indeed, 'tis indicated that your collaboration with Mr. S. will be a fruitful one. Prithee, madam, look not for bad news among the good.
Aye, mayhap 'tis best I not overthink it, as you say. I thank ye, sir. Good even, Dr. Foreman.
A little pleased. That'll do. Oh, she's back! She's back for the doctor's D, isn't she?
Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you, madam.
Is it time for the makeup
What
sex?
service may I perform for you this day?
For me? None. None at all.
Verily.
Okay.
But I cannot fathom why you...
It was my husband who bade me come, for he finds it difficult to speak of... As I say, he had me come in his stead, and I could think of no reason to give him for why I should not come.
I see. Then what is troubling your husband? Madam, I cannot treat a querent without knowing first what his troubles are.
He is unable to perform his marital duties.
I see. And whatever does that mean? Your husband forgets to put out the night soil? Some broken shelving he's neglected to fix? Prithee, madam, I bid you be more precise.
Oh, you know perfectly well what I mean, Simon. I bid you not drag this out any longer. Pray read the stars and let us get this over with.
As you
He's so salty, yep.
Let us see. What ails Mr. Allen?
Limpy McLimpus.
Perform his marital obligations towards Mistress Allen.
Oh, what choices do we have? Suffers from a loss of carnal lust. Suggests a deficiency of blood. Illness will get worse before it gets better. Suggests mild enhancement cast by enchantment. Not an enhancement. He hasn't had those emails yet, has he? To have the mild enhancement. She used his first name. Oh boy, she's mad. Yeah. Suffers from cold in heart. Suggests the illness being long lasting. Disturbance in the mind. Mild imbalance in black bile. Suffers from a crick in the back. It's causing him pain in the hips and difficult to perform his duties around the house. I think we're going with this one, isn't it? It's the we need to give him the mild enhancement. Go on. I just for shits and giggles.
Your husband is suffering from a lack of sanguinity in the brain, which has resulted in a loss of carnal lust.
Which brain?
My chart, there is
it the big head or the little head?
Verily, no hope at all.
Nay, I'm afeard not.
Oh, then Mr. Allen is not, cannot be a full husband to me. At least not in the full, true sense of being a husband.
Precisely so.
You need that Viagra, yep.
It behoves me to observe how unnatural and lamentable it is that a wife be so neglected.
Oh, Simon.
Oh, my darling Avis.
Giggity. Coitus post-consultation. There we go. And we have our first letter of recommendation.
Was doctors against him do make war? Doctors against him do make war. He makes love without a care. 'Tis true, Avis is no.
Until the husband comes along, I think he'll have a care then.
But in love and war is fair. But in love and war is fair.
Last even, 'twas like a dream. Never in my life have I felt so. Oh, my sweet Avis, 'tis true you are married, but surely a love as great as ours can transcend such earthly impediments. Dare I hope for...
Now, what would the Catholic Church say about
Most
this?
unlikely. Or is it? Forsooth, there be no harm in asking the stars. Might Avis Allen one day be mine?
No such luck, Chief. Okay, here we go. Avis Allen's loyalties lie with her family. I mean, that's pretty much disproved. He's getting the magic 8-ball out, is he? I may be optimistic, for Mr. Allen will suffer ill luck and die. Avis will then be free to marry me. Avis has betrayed her marriage vows. The damage this has wrought upon her marriage cannot be undone, and her past cannot be erased. Ooh, okay. Avis is cunning and hiding a secret from me. I'm not seeing things clearly. If I knew the truth about our relationship, I would presently seething with jealousy. Ooh, intrigue. She's hiding something, possibly. What do we reckon? Is the husband going to have an accident, or is she hiding something? Do we get to phone a friend on this one? I kind of want to see if there is a plot line with the secret. She seems a little too eager, doesn't she? Secret. It's got to be the secret, hasn't it? It's all about secrets and lies.
What is this? Avis harbours a secret from me? Something that might arouse my jealous passions. Doubtless 'tis another man. But who could he be? Her carnal desire for him must be powerful indeed to draw her thoughts away from me, and I do not think Avis has occasion to meet any man so becoming as to provoke... Ah, I see.
Just that Avis harbours lustful passions for another man, and methinks I know who this man might be. Is the Italian going to show up again? Let's find out. Nope. It's the Dean of Lambeth Palace, or whatever it is. Turn the page.
Good day, Dean Blogg. Fare you well?
Most well indeed, and I will tell you why. The conquering cherub has lately returned home to England.
Ah, this being the voyage you did invest in.
Aye, and what a sound investment it was. For it has
We're
paid
rolling
off
in the
most
money now,
handsomely.
boy.
The cherub's cargo of nutmeg and pepper will fetch a high price indeed. In sooth, as I recall, it was you who advised me on this investment, was it not? I thank ye heartily for
Really?
it, sir.
We made him all that
I'm
money,
glad
we
you've
only get
been of service,
40% of the
Dean
way there
Blogg.
to a letter.
Forsooth, my earnings have enabled me to make a substantial investment in Sir Walter Raleigh's expedition to the New World.
Ah, methinks I've heard of this. 'Tis a quest to find the fabled lost city of gold, is it not? Or as the Spanish call it, El Dorado?
The very same. For it is said that El Dorado does lie deep within the rainforests of the southern parts of the New World, hiding vast quantities of gold and precious jewels. Hence, what I would have you tell me is, exactly how rich can I expect to be made from my investment?
I see.
For if I am to be made very rich, I am afeard that news of my fabulous wealth may cause some jealousy among the clergy. News travels fast around the diocese, and I think it wise to get ahead of it if I can.
Then let us consult the stars. What will become of Thomas Blagg's investment in Sir Walter Raleigh's quest to find El Dorado?
You're going to lose all your money, bub. It's a pyramid scheme. Blagg's finances will bring him unhappiness. Ooh. Expeditions will encounter foreigners who are stubborn, confident, and lead by instinct. Blagg's business partners will be met with violence. There is cause for pessimism and surprising reversal to save the lives of children. God rewards exploration. Blagg will be able to leave his children a legacy of fine things. I'm kind of leaning towards this.
I have ill tidings for you, Dean Blagg. Raleigh and his men have been set upon by a tribe of angry New World natives.
Angry natives? But surely the natives would greet us with much rejoicing. For do we not bring with us the gift of civilization? Would they not crave freedom from their tyrannical chieftains and cruel pagan gods?
Well, it would seem these particular natives cannot be reasoned with, as they are led by instinct alone, and they will fight to the last man, as it is not in their nature to surrender with honor, as Christian men would.
Truly? But,
alas, I am afeard that Raleigh shall be forced to abandon his search for El Dorado, and your investment will come to naught.
I must own, sir, that I cannot share your uncharitable view of these savages. They may be heathens, but are they not still God's children? I will now take my leave, that you may engage in quiet reflection upon the spiritual dimensions of this question.
Okay, so we're not getting anything from him, are we? Took my advice little ill. Okay. Wow, we actually lost stuff on that one. Has his cock fallen off yet? Well, last we told him was to go piss on a dog, didn't we? So, who knows?
Good morrow, sir, and well met.
Indeed, 'tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to the great Dottore Simon Foreman.
Aye, and I can see why you are coming.
Ferraro is great,
You
yeah.
are not well, signor. The colour of your face is quite alarming.
It is because I am losing the blood. The blood does drain away from my face, way down my body, and out of my...
You are bleeding from your fundament. How much have you been
Is Satan's
and for how long?
fa-la-la?
Un poco, not too much. It does come and go. Sometimes blood, sometimes no blood. You stop the blood, see?
Mayhap I will, but first I must consult the stars to find a diagnosis. What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
He's pissing blood. Hemorrhoids, which are swelling in the anus and rectum. Blind hemorrhoids cause pain, whereas open hemorrhoids are apt to bleed. Suffers from jaundice. A blockage in Signor Ferraro's neck has caused Clara to pool in his head, turning his face yellow. Nope, it's the shitting blood, isn't it?
There is nothing here to worry about, Signor Ferraro. Your body is merely purging itself of corrupted blood, in a similar manner to that which does occur in a woman's nethers each month. To wit, 'tis most healthsome and natural.
This is
Are
where
you
he just
sure?
keels over dead.
Are you sure that is your final answer?
Indeed it is. I do assure you, Signor, 'tis the very latest medical thinking on the subject of hemorrhoids. You are welcome to procure a second opinion, but I warrant you will find...
I come into the
most
women's
doctors in
nurse.
London will
Yeah,
think
you
the
picked
same.
the best time to show up, Pixel.
Then Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day, Signor Foreman.
He's a little pleased with our reading. Okay. Wow, we're going to have to do something significant for him to give us a letter of recommendation. Clearly. It's Shakespeare's ghostwriters back again. So this is Con Artist Simulator. Apparently he's a doctor. He's been playing doctor with one of his patients. We'll say that much, at least.
Did you see that?
See what, madam?
Your querent, Signor Ferraro, scuttling away from me like a frighted rabbit. What have I ever done to upset the man? All I did was wish him buongiorno as I passed him at the door.
Verily, Signor Ferraro's behaviour does sound full strange. But let us not think of him, but of the matter that brings you hither, Mistress
We
Lanier.
lose that term loosely. Yeah.
I fare most well, in the main. For you spoke true when you said my collaboration with Mr. S would be fruitful. 'Tis going exceeding well. Verily, Dr. Foreman, I would be right content with my lot at present if it were not for the trouble I am come about this day.
Pray, tell me of this trouble, madam.
I am being prowled. Oftentimes in the night I see him following me home. One time methinks I even caught him looking at me through my window. I would have you tell me who this prowling man might be.
A prowler?
He has a lovely bedside manner.
Can you describe this man to me?
Nay, for 'tis always at night that I spy him, and I have always been too frighted for my eyes to linger upon him very long.
Then let us see what light the stars can shed upon the identity of this man who hides himself in darkness. Who is the man prowling Mistress Lanier?
Apparently it's quite the experience, yes. Right. Prowler is a violent husband. Ooh. Prowler hopes to for reversal of the ill luck he has had with Mistress Lanier. He harbours a misguided hope that she will perform her wifely duties and resume intimate relations with him. Is Ferraro's pee-pee looking like a long stocking? I don't know. I mean, he's not gone for the full medical observation of it, has he? Right. We've got suffering from mental confusion owing to her religious beliefs. It also harbours an unjustified level of mistrust towards prospective romantic partners. Prowler harbours undeclared feelings for Miss Lanier. Prowler is a man of authority, a master of wit. Miss Lanier considers him a friend. Okay, is it the creepy husband, or is it just like a pervert staring in at the window? I mean, we've got more of these symbols. I don't know what... It's definitely going to be Ferraro, yeah. Pretty much a given. I mean... we're always going to go with the secrets, aren't we? I feel like this whole game... He drinks, yeah. He's a peeper, yeah. Straight up pervert. We're going with the pervert.
The stars suggest that your prowler is a man with a talent for wit. A man who secretly harbours amorous feelings towards you. Does that sound like anyone you know, madam?
Dr. Foreman, I find your question most illogical. I cannot know of a man who harbours secret feelings for me, for indeed, if I were to know of them, the feelings would not be secret.
Yes, well, let me put it another way. Your friend, Mr. S., is the keen-witted man who furtively admires you. He is your prowler, madam.
Mr. S is my prowler, you say? I bid you, sir, check the stars again.
Is it not the most likely explanation, though, madam?
I assure you there is nothing likely about the unique relationship betwixt me and Mr. S. Indeed, he has too much
She's a bit like a
respect for my
Vulcan.
literary mind to use me so ill. For his is a noble intellect that allows him to soar above the baser instincts of lesser men. Now,
Okay, well, I accidentally clicked and I didn't get the last bit of dialogue, but we lost the letter there. Rather ill. Yep, we lost points. Oh dear.
Hear ye! Sir Walter Raleigh fails to find legendary Treasure City. Rumours say next Raleigh voyage is to Pot of Gold at End of Rainbow. Hear ye!
Reports have lately come in that Sir Walter Raleigh's expedition to the New World in search of El Dorado has been a colossal cluster fail. Despite Raleigh's assurances to the Queen that he would return with gold raided from the legendary city, it is said that Raleigh's ships bring back naught but potatoes. Experts predict Her Majesty's reaction to be somewhat testy. I really want to be, like, the final confrontation is with, like, the Queen, and it is Queenie out of Blackadder. I really want it to be that.
Here comes Emma, so kind is she.
That is Richard as the town crier, isn't it? Possibly.
What is she for others' hands?
Especially when they're poor of wealth. Here comes Emma, so kind-hearted is she.
Good day to you, Mistress Sharp.
Good day, Dr. Foreman. But I am Mistress Delamere now.
Mistress Delamere? But as I recall from my case notes... let me see now. 'Twas 3 years past. Aye, were you not hoping to marry a man named George Middleton?
Oh, yes. I did marry Mr. Middleton.
And he
Although
died
I
of a
did
heart
tell
attack.
my family what you said about his condition of the heart, they quite insisted that I marry him. And truly, they were full wrong to do so, for just as you predicted, Mr. Middleton
He died of a heart attack in the middle of coitus.
His cardiac passion.
There we go.
Mere months after we were wed.
But I got all his money.
How very tragical.
I blame the Scotsman who took to playing his bagpipes below our bedroom window at odd hours of the day and night. Such a bothersome man. Betwixt him and the vipers Mr. Middleton discovered one morning nesting in his undergarments, I fear he falls too much for his poor, weak heart.
Okay, somebody slipped in
There, my dear lady.
a snake in his
Distressing Your late
underpants.
husband's death must have been for you.
Aye, indeed, Dr. Foreman, so much so that my friends urged me to marry again, lest I die of grief. But now that I am once more a wife, I would not wish to be widowed anew, and John Delamere, my present husband, is also an older man.
How can I bump him off? I mean, how can I foresee his health?
Any illness he has, whether there be anything I might do to save my dear sweet husband from an early death.
Then let us see what
Or
the
just
stars
shuffle
have
him
to
off this
say.
mortal coil slightly
Is
quicker.
Mr. John Delamere troubled with any condition that may cause him to die?
He also has cardiac passions. I don't think we're that lucky. She's kills on the app. Has been bewitched. I tell you, bewitched. Oh. Is troubled by quinsy, a condition characterized by soreness in the throat. I kind of want him to have been bewitched. Yeah, it's all about the inheritance money.
Mr. Delamere, the news is very grave. The stars tell of your husband being under the spell of a witch. Know you of a woman in your husband's circle suspected of being a witch? A disgruntled sister left penniless by feudal inheritance laws, perchance? Mayhap a local cat enthusiast, or a Scottish neighbour?
Nay.
Why is it
as
always
true
the
as I live,
Scots?
sir, I do not. But I will be sure to make inquiries. Good day, Dr. Foreman.
Did I get anything out of that? Rather ill. Okay, we didn't do well. Oh, Sybil's back! Astrologaster is brewed. And there it goes. Oh, shit. Don't you hate that? Right. Has she been serving rotten potatoes again? Oh, she discovered how to turn them into alcohol.
Feelings of a most strange and disturbing nature, for which I desire an explanation.
I see. Prithee describe these feelings to me, madam. When did they occur?
Last eve, at a dinner party hosted by my dear friend Mistress Emma Delamere. All was well at first, but soon after my arrival I was stricken with a kind of madness.
Madness, you say?
Yes, moments during which I found myself overcome with feelings of mirth, laughing most immoderately at the dullest of remarks made by other guests. At other times, I felt an unnatural fascination with the shape of the candelabra in the table centrepiece.
Wow, she's been slipping.
I was so ravenous with hunger, I quite absent-mindedly ate all the sweetmeats at my end of the table.
No, she slipped her a Mickey.
Did not escape the notice of guests.
It's either ecstasy or
such an immoderate appetite
weed.
is out of character for you, I take it. It could not have merely been occasioned by anxious passions?
Why, nay, Dr. Foreman. Forsooth, I ought to have been very calm last eve. For I did spend the afternoon inhaling the fumes of an aromatic oil, a gift from my sweet husband, sent back from his explorations in the Near East.
There we go.
I did mention my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue, before, I think. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh. Oh, Henry and Sir Walter find the oil most relaxing.
I bet they do.
Yet you were not so very relaxed last eve, I take it.
No, not in the least. For I fear a capricious spell was cast upon me. Over the course of the evening, I developed the strongest intuition that malignant forces were present in the room, and that I had been bewitched. Could it be true, Dr. Foreman? Might a witch have cast a spell on me?
That is something we shall have to ask the stars, madam. Let us see.
Yeah, it's definitely opium, though. Not opium, it's definitely hemp oil that she was breathing in. I mean, I don't know. Yes, I have no idea what you're talking about. Drugs are bad, yes. Stay in school, kids. Corona is troubled by melancholy, a condition characterized by lethargy, anxiety, and sadness. Well, there definitely wasn't any lethargy there, was there? Was bewitched, I tell you. Bewitched. It has to be bewitched one of these times. Come on. Troubled by the results of smoke inhalation. The condition is chronic. It really is the chronic, isn't it? Come on. Come on. To suggest an altered mental state. We have to. Come on. I want to throw the bewitched one in there, but it says it. It says it there. Come on. They did just write it for the joke.
The oil your husband sent you. This was the first time you did inhale its fumes, methinks.
Yes, the shipment of gifts from my husband did only lately arrive.
Then I think we have your answer. I have read some interesting tales of such oils and herbs of the Near East. 'Tis said they occasion certain temperaments. To wit, an excessive sanguinity, which will have caused the immoderate laughter and increased appetite. They can also provoke a narrowing of the mind, which would explain your temporary fascination with the candelabra, and I believe the fumes of this oil may also have been responsible for the notion that you have been bewitched.
And the men of the Near East gain pleasure from this oil? They would render themselves foolish on purpose?
Aye, indeed. Foreigners have many strange customs and desires that we cannot hope to understand.
How fascinating! I thank you
I
for
shall
this
go smoke
explanation,
some
sir.
more.
Indeed, 'twill make for a most diverting tale with which to regale guests at my next dinner.
Mind
Tomorrow, Dr.
blown.
Foreman.
That's the perfect moment for that, Eli. Most pleased with my reading. Ooh, we're ever so close. When do we get the invite to the party? And especially if she's, if we spot a hookah in there, we are definitely taking a puff on that, aren't we? She's back. She can't get enough of it, me, can she?
Or will Mistress Allen slap him round the head?
Will we make it a slap?
Good day, Mistress Allen. What brings you this day? Oh, dear lady, you tremble like a leaf on an autumn day.
Aye, for I am most affrighted. But Mr. Allen says he thinks I worry over naught. So I am come to you, for methinks you would. Perchance you may help me.
By my troth, pray tell me of this evil that affrightens you, madam, and I shall do all in my power to protect you from it.
Yes, evil. Oh, indeed, 'tis the very word.
Speaking of the green meaning, you'll be right back. Okay, Eli.
House in the night, and once I saw him spying through my window. Who is he? What does he want from me? What am I to do?
I see. And you do not recognize his face or any other particulars? The colour of his hair, for instance?
Oh, nay, for 'tis always so dark. But by his silhouette I can tell he is a bony, scrawny little man.
Is he verily? But your husband thinks 'tis naught to worry over, you say?
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be the Italian again, but he's not skinny.
'Twould explain why his figure is so slight, to be sure, but what if he is not a tinker? What if his purpose is more sinister?
Aye, indeed. Then let us consult the stars. Who is the man prowling outside the Allen's house in the night, and what is his purpose?
Oh, it's just an A or B choice. We've got... Avis is mine. She must rein in her behaviour. Wow, okay, possessive. Not only does Avis have a deceitful and deceptive nature, she's obsessed with romance and has a preference for younger men. Avis risks being punished by God for her frequent comings and goings from her house. Okay. Prowler is a mature, intelligent man who is secret enemy of the Allens. Intimate relationship between Avis and I is changing. I'm tempted by this. I'm always going to go for the secrets. Given a chance, I'm going to go for the secrets.
The stars suggest the Prowler is a secret foe of your husband. Does Mr. Allen have any gambling debts, perchance?
Hold. Methinks I see it now. Ah, 'tis you! The Prowler, 'tis you!
Me? How now, madam? What an outlandish notion.
So you would deny it, that you have prowled and spied upon me these last months?
Prithee, Avis, you've got it all...
I will not have it. I am not a thing to be owned. I'm not one of your prized possessions.
I prithee, madam, put that down. Put it...
Ah!
Fine, madam. That was a priceless...
And she's collapsed again.
Venetian vase.
My advice, most ill. Well, we've already had the letter, so it doesn't matter. This is just carrying on the story.
Who is this man who has on such a claim? Lately returned from his conquests in Spain. The streets of London resound with his fame. Robert Stricker, that is his name.
He's pretty scrawny, true. That is true.
Good day, sir. How may I... By Jupiter! Can it be true? Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, Lord of Her Majesty's Privy Council, a hero of the Battle of Cadiz.
Prithee, calm yourself, Sarah. Pray, treat me just as you would any other querate.
Of course, as it pleases your lordship. But may I say, what a great privilege it is to... may I offer you a...
You are the man who had some success treating the plague some years past, are you not?
Oh, indeed, my lord. You are very well informed. My strong water did save many a Londoner from a most lamentable death.
Then perchance you might have some cunning cure for me as well. For since I am returned to England upon having resolved that small matter in Spain...
You mean washing your hands,
I find
yeah.
myself afflicted with the most vexing ailment.
Oh, but your most glorious capture of the Spanish city of Cadiz was no small matter, my lord. All England talks of nothing else. Why, pamphlets recounting your heroic exploits are sold on every street
In
corner
love
in
already.
London.
Mayhap they are. I know nothing of them. My single-handed victory against the King of Spain was but a trifling affair, and the least I could do for my queen and a grateful nation. But I fear vast riches and the hearts of many a Spanish beauty were not the only things I did capture while I was there.
What else did you capture in Spain, my lord? I fear I do not grasp
Chlamydia,
your meaning.
gonorrhea,
If you would kindly
syphilis.
show me where upon your body you are...
As you see, this Spanish disease I caught has me oozing a most disagreeable substance.
Methinks I have a fair idea of the nature of your affliction. But I must confirm the judgment with a reading of the stars. Let us see. What is the
Sufficiently
trouble
baked
with Robert
some
Lord
cells.
Devereux, the
Who is
Earl
this
of Essex?
pantaloon buffoon? This is the Earl of Essex, who's come back from Spain, oozing secretions from parts of his body unnamed. He's basically got syphilis. Body does ooze a foul substance. What is my illness and how can it be cured? Suggestion illness will not last long. Suffering from gonorrhea, a disease characterized by white matter running from the privy member. The pain when passing urine. Is Pantaloon Buffoon going on the list as well then, Sienna, do you think? Is troubled with love. Suggest the illness is curable. Suffering from evil digestion, affliction that may occasion both upwards and downward purging. No, it's going to be the gonorrhea.
You have gonorrhea, my lord. 'Tis a condition provoked by an increase in intimate activities.
Too much Strumpy Humpy, eh?
It's Strumpy Humpy again!
Since news of my victory got about, every wench from Southwark to Shoreditch wants a piece of my action, as it were. And how may
Satan's
this
Falala
gonorrhea
and the
be
Strumpy
cured?
Humpy. It has to be, doesn't
The most effective
it?
method is lead plate therapy. Usually this requires a man to lie in bed for many hours with a leaden plate positioned upon his privy parts, thus allowing the lead to impart its healing properties to the affected member.
Crushing
But,
his
of
nabs
course,
with
men such as
lead
your
weights.
lordship have no time to lie around in bed, which is why... Let me just fetch it from my cabinet. Which is why I invented this.
And that is what? Some sort of wonder chub, like the ones old men used to wear?
Precisely so, my lord. 'Tis a codpiece that I had a blacksmith fashion out of lead. I invite your lordship to wear it under your breeches so that the lead may remain in contact with your privy member at all times. Indeed, until you are cured.
How very droll this is. Verily, how old-fashioned. I will appear as hung as old King Henry Tudor.
Killing with lead poisoning, yep.
I just wear it in my chambers.
Good day, and please come again. If you need anything at all, I am at your service.
Here, just have a lead codpiece. Most pleased. Wow, okay, he was very pleased with it. He was pleased to see us. Not questioning it.
Watch your lover, Avis, watch her night and day. If a woman has your heart, you cannot let her stray.
So it was us watching her. It was us watching her.
Avis, I did not expect to see you this evening. Do you bring news?
Aye, some very good news, at least if you confirm it for me. Methinks I am with child.
How very wondrous. And, have you...
You need to
any
go make
idea
tea.
of-
No worries,
Aye,
Law.
verily, with child. But I dare not to. Forsooth, what if it be naught but false hope?
Then let us ask the stars without delay. Is Mistress Avis Allen verily with child?
And will the child be Ginger? Okay, we got a lot to pick through here. Okay, here we go. When you say tea, is it like cup of tea and you'll be back in 5 minutes, or tea as in dinner? And we'll maybe see you tomorrow, because I'm probably going to finish off at 7 as usual. So we've got like 15, 20 minutes left. House of Evil Angels. Evil Angels are confusing Mistress Allen. Within a few months, it will become clear that she is not with child. Oh no. People in the north of England. I mean, you have tea, but you also have tea time, and it's not anything to do with cups of tea. Would the child be a boy or abortion? Wow, this gets dark. Whilst tragically comic as well. It's aging. This decrease her chances of being with child. Feel optimistic about the relationship between Avis and me. Family thinks she is lazy. Wow, okay. Is untrustworthy and creative when it comes to marital duties. Okay, that's a lot to unpack there. Is with child, but it will die, for she will experience some sudden bad luck, a miscarriage. Father of Mistress Allen's unborn child is a strong young man that she is romantically involved with. Dinner equals lunch, dinner equals tea time. I mean, it depends on where you are in the UK. Tea time is definitely tea as a last meal of the day is definitely more the northern England type of thing. Okay, are we looking at a miscarriage or whatever all this is? The evil angels are weirding me out slightly. I think she's probably liable to miscarry again.
Madam, the stars confirm that you are indeed with child, and that the father is...
Oh, joy! Simon, is it not wondrous? You and I are to be blessed.
Hold. I am not finished. The stars also reveal the identity of the father.
There is no need to read the stars for that, for surely 'tis obvious that you...
Prithee, admit it. You have been coupling with my manservant, William.
Why, I warrant the stars say nothing of the sort.
Here in Oz, the baby boomers call it tea, while the US millennials call it dinner. There you go.
Venus, there is the planet Mars. Who else but William could that be?
But such scribblings of yours, they mean nothing to me. For all I know, you make up those stories about planets and houses and such. Why, verily, perchance you might draw up a new chart, Simon. One that tells of how the planet Avis is no longer in the House of Foreman.
Yeah, she's going
madam?
again.
You would make a jest of my... Oh, I see. Leaving now, are you? Then you do so. You leave. I bid you good day.
There we go. Clunk. And rather ill. Yeah, definitely rather ill.
Rich but not satisfied, mayhap you
Nicholas Mugg.
trick for displaying your wealth, buy herbs and confections to boost your complexion, and pass idle hours tending to your health.
Good even, sir. Who do I have the pleasure of welcoming to my chambers this day?
Nicholas Mugg, sir, proprietor of Mugg's Rugs down on Silver Street.
Ah, the wig makers. You supply wigs to players, do you not? I have heard tell of your fine work from some of my playhouse querents.
I thank ye for your kindness, sir. I do hear you are very skilled at your trade also. For are you not the curer of the plague of 92? Forsooth, I do hope you may cure me as well. For though I do not think I have the plague, whatever I have is doubtless most grave, no matter what my wife thinks.
And what is it your wife thinks?
It be her mind that I have taken naught but a chilly cold in the head. But 'tis
He's
not
got
so,
man flu,
Dr.
has he?
Foreman, for I ache all over. My throat is grown sore, and I cough day and night.
Day and night, you say?
Aye, verily.
I see. Then let us consult the stars. What does ail Nicholas Mugg?
Man flu. Hypochondria. There we go. You called it, Sienna, didn't you? Possibly induced by witchcraft, though. This condition could one day prove fatal. Indicates the possibility of death. is taken with a cold to the head, symptoms of which induce cough, short-windedness, a hoarse throat, and pain throughout the body. Is suffering from cardiac passion, characterized by a short-windedness, grievous pain, both in heart and throughout the body. He's got a cold.
I am pleased to say that your wife is correct, and you have little to worry over. You have what we doctors call frigidus ad hominem, or as it is more commonly known, a man
cold.
Frigid... A man cold, you say?
Aye, 'tis a cold in the head, suffered uniquely by those of the male sex. And, although it be a minor affliction, the suffering can be very great.
A minor affliction, you say? That cannot be right. I bid you check the stars again, sir, for see how ill I am, and my throat grows so hoarse I can hardly speak.
I think the trouble in your throat may be occasioned by overuse. Perhaps you might try discoursing less.
Well, I think you ought to know that I will be seeking a second opinion.
As you will, sir. Good day.
Well, we didn't have any points with him anyway, so losing points doesn't make any difference. Took ill of our advice. Oh, apparently we did. Okay, where did they come from? Oh, it's a gonorrhea diphero again. Huzzah! Has he got lead poisoning of the cocktail?
How may I do you service? Would it pertain to some thrilling adventure upon which you may soon be embarking?
Indeed it does. Sir Walter Raleigh and I did recently come across some intelligence concerning a fleet of Spanish ships that will soon be sailing home from the New World, bearing a goodly cargo of gold. Raleigh and I plan to borrow the royal fleet, which we will use to intercept the ships and seize the treasure.
Huzzah! But, borrow the Royal Navy, you say?
Aye, only temporarily, of course. The Queen will hardly know her ships are gone. Indeed, when we return them to her bearing a handsome prize of Spanish gold, she will doubtless forgive our failure to file the correct paperwork and whatnot.
Doubtless. And how may I assist your lordship in this glorious
How can I cover up this crime?
In order to intercept the Spanish fleet, we must know which route it is planning to take. One possibility
Head on a
is that
block.
it returns
Yep.
to Spain, having retrieved the gold from the New World's southern continent. The other possibility, and this is the one Sir Walter thinks most likely, is that the gold has already been transported by conquistadors from the southern continent up to Havana, and the ships are to fetch it from there.
Then let us see whether the stars can tell us upon which route the treasure ships may be intercepted.
Definitely
definitely
gonna be Cuba,
isn't
it?
Will they be
We're heading to
sailing from
Havana,
the
boys.
southern continent, or from the Spanish colony of Havana?
Crew of Spanish ships happened upon the gold by conquering and killing its owners. House of lost and stolen goods. Foreign people, the King of Spain establishing a fine cultural legacy for future generations. Okay, don't know how any of that helps us identify. Spanish sailors hide a shameful secret that relates to lack of self-confidence. Devereux should trust his friend Riley's instincts. Women factor into the Spaniards' travel plans. Where's the legacy thing come in? I just want them to be heading out from Havana. I'm going with this one. Trust his friend.
The stars are of the same mind as your friend, Sir Walter Raleigh. Now, for regardless of where the Spaniards load their ships with gold, they will stop at the port of Havana. It seems the Spanish sailors will be unable to calm their carnal desires.
Excellent, excellent. But where are we to intercept them? Pray, give me the precise day, latitude, and longitude.
Certainly, my lord. But divining nautical coordinates is a somewhat lengthy and complex process. If your lordship would kindly return in an hour or so...
Quickly, sir! I have not the time to bide here all day.
Well then, let me see now. Taking into account the position of Jupiter, divide by 3, carry the 1. Yes. The Spanish treasure ships may be intercepted upon the 15th day of October at a latitude of 9 and 40 degrees north and 5 and 20 degrees west, or thereabouts. That said, however, I cannot promise you that...
Excellent. Raleigh and I shall sail to this very spot. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
It's all right. He'll sink, and nobody will ever know our complicity in this fact. A little pleased with me reading. Okay. Oh, we're edging closer.
Though she never went to school, and she's kind and never cruel, do not take Alice for a fool. Alice Black, she is no fool.
Good
Turn the
evening to
page.
you, madam. How might I...
Aye, pray go tell your master, Mr. Foreman, that Mistress Alice Blagg is come to see him.
Ah, Mistress Blagg. It is I, Dr. Simon Foreman, at your service. And what an honour it is to welcome the wife of the Dean of Rochester to my humble practice. To whom do I owe my thanks for having recommended you to my care?
Well,
Another
I will
prostitute?
Not lie. You owe your thanks to nobody, for folk do tell me that you are not a real doctor, but a quack, who does conjure demons and dabbles most unlawfully in the dark arts.
Practitioner of the dark
assure you,
arts?
madam, that whatever you may have
I
heard...
mean, we've got a job at Hogwarts
Nay,
after
do
this
not
afterward.
quibble,
Anyway.
sir. If I did seek the counsel of a doctor who has one of those fancy medical degrees, or the kind of high-bred know-it-all who does see fit to judge a woman and vex her most cruelly, I would have gone elsewhere. But, truth be told, I have need of such a man as you, for I have been bewitched by a witch.
I told you the witch is going to have to be involved
Yes,
at some point.
a loathsome spell has been cast upon me. It does cause me to awaken in the morning with a most terrible pain in my head, a pain so wretched it does have me chundering into my chamber pot.
Pain in the head and...
And had you been drinking the night
And
before,
what leads
dear
you to believe
madam?
your suffering is occasioned by witchcraft?
The timing is most unnatural. My troubles do occur every Saturday morning without fail.
It's as if I've been
suspect
drinking
the doings of our
Friday.
new neighbour, the widow MacDoon.
Is
As
this
well as
always the
being
Scots?
Scottish, she does possess several cats.
Several cats, you say?
One or two of which I may have kicked, and now she has seen fit to take revenge upon me with her dark, foreign magic.
Those foreign lands of
Indeed,
Scotland.
Scotland is well known for the powerful black witchcraft practiced by its womenfolk. But as compelling as
MacDoon!
this evidence may be, my practice does draw upon the latest scientifical arts. To diagnose your condition, I must first perform a rigorous astronomical analysis. So, let us see now, what do the stars say is the cause of your Saturday morning suffering?
And symptoms are caused by noxious food or drink. As experiencing early symptoms of being with child. Presence of moon suggests that our symptoms are acute. Alice is bewitched! The illness will get worse before it gets better. Enter Mary Queen of Scots, yeah. I mean, we know it's the booze, but do we just say it's the witchcraft? I mean, this is going to be confirming her suspicions and it might get us a good recommendation. Or are we being ethical doctors here? I just want it to be witchcraft. One of these times.
Your feminine instincts serve you well, Mistress Blagg. Witchcraft is indeed the cause of your suffering. But happily, it is but a weak enchantment. A moment, madam, while I consult my medical reference. Let me see now. Warts, wasting of the hands, water on the brain, witchcraft. Aye, lifting the spell will be quite simple. First, you must wait for the witch to enter her house. Then you must climb up onto the roof and pull out a handful of thatched straw from above the door. And then take the aforementioned straw home with you and burn it. Huh.
Or just burn down the
Mistress
house.
McDoon verily is a witch. Well,
She's a
upon
witch!
my honour,
Burn
I
her!
did know it. That
She turned me into a
ginger
newt.
wicked she-devil. The next time I do see
I
that
got
woman's
better.
cats in my garden, I will kick those mangy beasts from here to the very moon.
You've been prescribed a ducking school. Yep. Was pleased with my reading. A whole 20%.
Beware conspirations, plots and machinations, the schemes of big physic to sell you their wares. Their cures do us violence, but they call
Has he
it
got over his
science.
cold?
They mock our beliefs and belittle our fears.
And this may be our last patient of the day, because it is almost 7. Let's see what Nick has got.
Well met, Mr. Mugg. How fare you since our first consultation?
It seems as you were right. Though I was, in sooth, much troubled with the vile disease of, what did you say it was? Fudgipus and Honeyman. I did not die.
Fudgipus and Honeyman.
Frigidus ad hominem. I am most glad to hear it, sir. Indeed, you do look well.
Well, mayhap I look well now, but 'twill not be
You want
for
to
long.
vet Avis
I have
again?
been poisoned.
You'll settle for
Poisoned?
Amelia, though.
By the
Okay, we've got
saints.
2 choices
Who
here.
is the author of this foul deed?
My friend George Sprottle, the bookbinder. I did dine with him not 2 hours ago.
I see. A bout of evil digestion. Pray tell, was there turned meat or some such at table?
Nay, not meat. 'Twas a pie full of cherries. I had a bite of it afore I knew what I was eating.
Cherries, you say?
Aye, cherries. And this after I took particular care to give Mistress Sprottle a list of foods I must not eat. I added cherries to the list when I did hear that the Countess of Devonshire has declared against their noxious qualities.
The Countess of Devonshire, you say? Noxious qualities, indeed. And now your symptoms, Mr. Mugg. Had you any reaction after eating these cherries?
My reaction? Well, I reacted as any man would. I spat them out. And know you what Mr. Sprottle did then, Dr. Foreman?
Nay, but pray tell.
He did laugh at me. He even called me a dinner-ralphing fusspot. Fie, I may soon be in the grave, thanks to George. Will he still be laughing then?
Well, let us not speculate, shall we, Mr. Mugg? Now, let us see what the stars may tell us. What ails Nicholas Mugg?
Well, it's hypochondria, but what other choices do we get? Cherry poisoning? Ruler of the stomach? Splentic, occasioned by rancorous behaviour. Are we gonna just placate him and say he has been poisoned by cherries? Fine. We want to get to Avis or Amelia, don't we?
It seems you have indeed been poisoned. The cherries have provoked an imbalance of choler. You must take the antidote for cherry poisoning, which is... let me see what I have here in my cabinet. Yes. Saccharum officinarum. Dissolve a pinch of these crystals on your tongue before dinner for a week.
Saccharum?
Saccharum officinarum, more commonly known as sugar.
Sugar, forsooth. I have heard tell of sugar. 'Tis a rare and fine substance, I do believe, and therefore doubtless most efficacious.
Yes, just take some of these prescribed for placebo crystals. You'll be fine. Was pleased with my reading for the day. Up to 50%. Must now go to my gross go. For they say the Countess has had a portrait painted in which she sits beside a bowl of grapes. Fap not? Really? I mean, admittedly, he's not seen Avis in a while, but, I mean, he can find other things to do with his time, surely. Oh, we're going to find solace with another lady, are we? Is it going to be Amelia? Let's find out.
William! Ah, there you are. Did Mistress Allen call whilst I was out this day? Nay? You're quite sure about that, are you? Ah, I see. I cannot understand it. Why has Avis not come these past weeks? Does she no longer wish to see me?
Oh, three choices. I've been deprived of tender favours of late, but my fortune seems to be reversing. I expect to see Avis again soon. Mistress Allen's reluctance to see me is but the legacy of my unpleasant manner towards her in the past, provoked by my suspicious fancies. Avis feels that she has treated her husband carelessly. It was cruel of Avis to allow me to hope that we would one day be together. It is only self-constraint and the sense of duty towards her husband that keeps Avis from calling on me. Avis's feelings cannot be trusted. She harbours romantic feelings towards another man. Avis does not know who has fathered the child she carries. What was this? I'm going to go with A.
So, 'tis the madness of my love that keeps Avis away. My jealous passions and accusations have vexed her, mayhap even caused her fright. When she comes to see me again, for she surely will, by and by, I must remember to be
Let's
kinder
just
to
keep
her,
deluding
not
ourselves, shall
plague
we?
her with my suspicions. And until Avis does return, well, there are other women in the world, are there not?
Amelia shows up. Come on. Excuse me. I can send a letter of recommendation myself if I was to do the right answers. I don't think that works. Sir, I must inform you that your judgment that my neighbour Molly McDoon is a witch was very wrong. You instructed me to retrieve a handful of straw from her roof and burn it to lift the spell she had cast upon me. But as I was doing so, I happened to disturb a cat that was sleeping there. The fright this occasioned me and said cat caused us both to cry out and fall to the ground, bringing Mistress McDoon out of her house, demanding explanation. Thereupon I did confess that I thought her a witch. At first she was fully vexed, but when I told her of my Saturday morning suffering, she took to laughing most rightlessly even. She did then call me a dozy wee lass and fetched me a bottle of a special tonic the Scots take in the morning, after having much caroused of brown liquor. And having now relied upon this tonic for some weeks past, I can attest that it was not you but Molly McDoon who has cured me of my illness. I bid you think of that, Mr. Foreman. Yep. Well, we knew it was. I just wanted it to be a witch at one point. There goes our letter of recommendation. Yeah, the Scots are no stranger to a hangover, and look who shows up. Are we prescribing the D again?
Much time has passed since I last saw you. How do you fare?
In truth, not well, Dr. Foreman, not well at all.
Then I am full sorry for it, madam. Pray, tell me what manner of ill has befallen you.
First, I must beseech your pardon, sir, for methinks Mr. S may verily be my prowler after all.
Hair of the wee dog? Quite possibly.
Think nothing of it, madam. But what has made you change your mind about him?
I have been publicly humiliated. Mr. S has been circulating a collection of insulting sonnets about an unnamed dark lady, and all of London thinks this dark lady is me.
Well, your complexion is rather, that is to
I
say...
am described as having foul breath and black wires for hair, though methinks the very worst line is the one that tells of a gross body rising at the utterance of my name. And I cannot abide illusions, Dr. Foreman. If Mr. S wishes to reference bodily levitation and other such cheap stage magic, he would do well to leave my name out of it. My interest is in the dramatic arts, not fairground attractions.
I am not sure that is quite his meaning.
Dr. Foreman, you know of Mr. William Shakespeare, then? Do not tell me you have read the sonnets.
Well, I own that I have. But as you did remark, madam, all of London has read them.
Oh, well, I am undone. My professional reputation is now utterly spoiled, for now the whole world will look upon me as naught but Mr. Shakespeare's fancy wench. No longer will they judge me on my own merits.
Let us hope it is not as grave as that, madam. Have you discoursed upon the matter with him?
Nay, I dare not confront him about it. For we are almost at an end with our work on a play, and I dare not risk it not being staged.
Then let us see what the stars advise. What may Mistress Lanier do to restore her professional reputation?
Or if we get a good score here, do we get some post-consultation coitus? Miss Lanier harbours secret thoughts of adultery, which relate somehow to her intellect and her feelings of dissatisfaction. Miss Lanier is ignorant of her romantic feelings, and this must be reversed. Miss Lanier should abandon her career ambitions and revert to her true vocation, bringing forth new life. She should have another child. That's the Humpy Pumpy one, isn't it? We've got God will help Miss Lanier if she exercises constraint and discipline. Miss Lanier is confused about her feelings for me. How interesting. The relationship between Mr. Shakespeare and Miss Lanier is not an equal one. Shakespeare's arrogance will overshadow Amelia's contribution to the play they are writing. Mrs. Lanier must find a way to disassociate her name from these sonnets, for if she does not, her literary legacy will be betrayed by her association with them. I mean, we only need 5 points. I think this is our in, isn't it? Come on. We're at 95. Come on. I think we can get that recommendation letter. And the way she disassociates herself with Mr. S, maybe with somebody else? Who knows? I'm just throwing it out there. Humpy Pumpy is something else altogether. Help her out, then coitus. Yeah, exactly.
You are right to be concerned about the damage to your reputation, Mistress Lanier, for there is a danger that your partnership with Mr. Shakespeare and his depiction of you in his sonnets will forever overshadow your own literary achievements.
God's womb. But what can I do to forestall such an injustice?
I suggest you spread a rumour of your own about another lady. For instance, there is a brothel owner in Clerkenwell they call Black Luce. If you were to put it about that she is the subject of Shakespeare's sonnets, 'twould do her reputation no harm. Indeed, the effect will be quite the reverse, for doubtless there be many a manor present who would pay handsomely for a tumble with Shakespeare's dark lady.
Well,
God has a
I
woo?
do feel 'tis most important to advance the interests of my fellow women,
There's our
especially
puss.
those seeking to make their way in business. Oh, do you see that, Dr. Foreman? 'Tis your mute Italian querent, Signor Ferraro. He is staring at us through the window.
Is he? Then doubtless he has come for another consultation.
Oh, we don't get any Rumpy Pumpy. Is pleased with my reading. And there's our letter of recommendation. And that's where we can end it. Because no post-consultation coitus for us, but at least we get a letter. And that's where we will call it for the day. Does it save? Do we think it saves? What does this do? We have received, and surely Amelia should... That's showing as in progress. Maybe it just saves after the fact. What do we think? Because I don't think I can... If we quit out, maybe it save. Well, we can continue from there. But yeah, we will call it there. That was actually a lot more entertaining than I was expecting. That was fun. That was a fun one. But time for me to go get some food because it is like 7:10 and I'm hungry.